So on Fusion Radio, we don't just talk to artists here. You feel me? We like to talk to all different type of people. You feel me? Artists, businesses. You feel me? Politicians. And today we got somebody special in the building today. We got a spoken word poet in here with us today. So, without any more ado, you feel me? We say the best for last. You feel me? This young lady came in to chop it up with us to tell us about her story and tell us about her movement. So, without any further ado, we gonna go ahead and introduce her today. So her name is Shalisa Monique. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing amazing, man. So first off, you feel me? Just the whole spoken word poet, though. Let's break that down, cause for the people that don't know, what is a spoken word poet?
A spoken. That's a good. You say what's my definition or what's the definition?
Give us both.
An artist, just like any regular artists, but spoken word artists make the power of words meet the rhythm of the heart. We are creators who vocalize how we feel, expression, everything. We put it all just into one, whether it's with a beat, without a beat, off the dome, studied, recited. That's how we give it to them.
Okay. So it sounds like in some type of way, it's like it's just raw, uncut. Like I'm gonna give it to you.
Exactly. No matter the topic,
So, like, how did you transition to the point where you was like, okay, this is the route I want to go? Because, like you just said, it's nothing really that different from being a spoken word poet to being a regular artist. But you chose to go this path. So, what was that transition, or what made you really go down that path, though?
One, I can't rap. Rapping is not for me, but I'm a very lyrical person. I love to talk. I love to have conversations, discussions, anything of that sort. So once I realized that I had a voice, I just needed to figure out in which way could I use it that would be the most efficient for people to understand. Everybody listen to rappers. I can't sing either. Everybody listen to singers. But poetry and just the way that it flows, like it literally just came naturally, like my God-given talent. So it discovered me, so I should say, because I would just be journaling, writing, and things would just flow. They would just come together, and I liked the way that they came together, so I just kept putting them together and making it make sense, if that makes sense.
It's crazy you brought up your journal and stuff like that, because I was definitely going to say one thing I noticed about, like, I don't know if it's like a Chicago female thing. I think it's just females in general. Like, y'all do that, like jot y'all ideas down or jot y'all thoughts down and like really, because one female told me she does that just on sometimes people just need an opportunity to unpack their day, unpack their life, or unpack a certain situation and stuff like that. So like, what was your journal when it came to you, like in your situation and stuff like that? What did your journal play a part in as far as like building your career and building you up to the person you are today?
It was my peace. It was what centered me. My journal don't talk back. It's whatever I make it. Even if it's like word 2 sec, you can't always. I can take my journal anywhere. If I can go in the bathroom and write it down, like if I'm upset, if I'm happy, whatever is on my mind. I know me personally, random thoughts just come to my mind. Like I could not be doing anything. I could just be sitting there and something in particular would just be floating in my brain. But if I can get it on with a pen and paper and I can secure it, that helps me release. It helps me feel free. And it helps me get organized as well because I be all over the place. Like I could be thinking about this right now and 10 minutes later forget what I just thought about. But it could have had a drastic impact on whatever it is that I'm supposed to be collaborating on. So it just helps free me and keep me organized.
It's Fusion Radio, Brian Stinson, YTS Keys, and I got a really dope spoken word poet right here from the Shy Man, Shalisa Monique, man, in the building. And so I want to get into how long have you been a spoken word poet?
Since 7th grade. That was when I really first started taking poetry seriously, writing, performing at school events, and then broadening off to other events that people recommended me for, things of that sort, yes.
And then for those that, they may have that gift but don't know, maybe it's untapped and all that stuff, like what are some key things that you feel like when it relates to spoken word poetry that one needs to have in line?
A voice. You can't be afraid to use your voice, regardless of what people think or how they feel. You have to be able to express yourself in the best way that fits you. Like, everybody is not going to agree with the things that you have to say. Everybody isn't going to relate. Everybody isn't going to want to hear it. You just got to be willing to give it to them.
So, with you being a poet and stuff like that, was it ever a point in your life where like it was hard for you to be so outspoken and like give off your ideas and stuff like that?
Yeah, I would say anytime when I face hardships, when it's really hard for me to like express myself. Well, it used to be hard. Now it's like after my storm, I'm able to really get my creative juices flowing. But I have dealt with a lot of barriers where it's like I don't know what to say. I don't even know what to think, or my thoughts are all over the place. I would really say losing my mom was like the biggest, because I lost my mom at 17. So that was the most traumatic thing that really made me take a break from writing and speaking and doing my pieces and everything. I had writer's block for a very, very long time.
So let's talk about like the events though, like the spoken word events. So like I never been to one, but I know like depending on where you go and who is at a specific event, it could be real powerful. You feel me? Depending on the message and what's going on at the time. So like, what's a good way to describe one of those type of events for a person that has never been to one? Like what's like certain things you should expect from an open word, like a spoken word, like
an open mic event?
Yeah. Like a poetry slam or something like that.
And you said the question was, what should you expect?
Yeah, what should you expect from one of those events?
Bars, for one. You're going to hear a lot of bars, a lot of rhyming. I will say you're going to hear a lot of relatedness as well, because regardless of the topic, it's going to be something that you can relate to in some way, some shape, or form. I feel like all spoken word artists speak to relate to their people. Like, rappers will entertain you. They're going to talk about this, that, and the third. But poets, they're going to get deep with it. So be ready to really get into your inner thoughts. They're going to make you think. Use your mind. It's not just gonna be a little basic 1, 2. It's gonna be like, oh, I like the way they put that together. Visions, because you're gonna have to see what you hear. Like, it's not just going to be, oh, this is what she said. You're gonna see it, as they're saying it. It's gonna be, like a play, a movie type of thing, but with lyrics.
That in some type of way, I kind of get what you're saying now, as far as like when you saying a spoken word poet isn't that different from like a regular artist. Because when you think about it, like most artists, well, what they should be trying to do is like you giving off a certain type of message depending on what you're trying to talk about, but like your bars should formulate a certain type of way that you can depict a certain type of message. You feel me? In your words, like it shouldn't just be so basic that you could just run it down and it just be dot 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 dot. Like in some type of way, you should use certain metaphors or use certain different type of phrases and different type of words and verbiage and stuff like that to give off a certain type of message and paint a certain type of picture. So I kind of get what you're saying as far as like the comparisons and stuff like that. That's kind of cold though.
So I want to go back to performance and all that stuff. First time performing, what was something that you had to overcome?
People thoughts about me, and like, am I gonna mess up? Am I gonna stumble on my words? Are they gonna like what I'm saying? Just really me in my own head, me overthinking. But then I realized they don't know the poem, so if I mess up, I just can't make it known that I messed up. Just keep going. Whether they like the poem or not, I'm not doing this for them. I'm doing this for me. I want them to hear me, of course. I want them to relate to me, but my poetry is my freedom. So as long as I'm saying it, I just got to get out my head about it. Like, just relax, because you're doing this for you. You're not doing this for them. And if you doing this for you, the people are going to come with it. Like, if you're confident in what you're doing, and if the things you say really flow, the audience is going to automatically click. So
No
yeah, just
doubt.
being in my head, overthinking.
No doubt. Outside of yourself, give us some homework, me and Keith and the viewers and the listeners, some homework on some dope spoken word poets that we should check out, whether they're in Chicago or not.
K Love the poet. She is awesome sauce. Really love her. Lati D. Or just follow Urban Lux Cafe on Instagram because it's so many dope artists in Chicago that are definitely underrated. That people should check out. I don't know many that's like not in Chicago because I really just go, based off that and TikToks because I can give you like TikTok names and things of that sort. But definitely check out Urban Lux Cafe, because they definitely got a lot of dope artists. But K Love, that's my girl.
That's what's up. So, what's some upcoming events where we can check you out, or if there's some past performances that you have available online that we can check out to get a full glimpse as to what you bring to the table? I ain't gonna put you on the spot and make you do no piece. I ain't gonna do it.
I'll do it. I'll be ready anytime.
Oh,
anytime.
really? Okay,
Really,
well,
yes.
You shouldn't have told her.
Damn.
I'm
Deal
ready.
with that
I'm ready
then.
at
Give
any
us
time.
something.
Okay.
Give us something.
The title of this poem is called Drowning on the Surface. My faith is being tested. The enemy wants to ensure that my meter reaches restless. Oxygen at 100, but I have a slight confession. I'm drowning on the surface and I could be gone in seconds. I just need one reason to keep fighting these demons, to make it through my season. Genie in a bottle, give me something to believe in. The surface is uneven and that hole I feel has steepened. Life keep throwing punches and this is a brutal beating. They said life is what you make it, but there's a deeper meaning. End isn't final, just next step of completion. If God is for you, then who can be against you? Tell me what's the issue. The statement sounded false and the facts look artificial. If I gave you this size 7 and made it fit your feet, could you handle all the pressure that comes with being me? If I wrote it step by step, could you understand directions? Or give it what you got and just wait for the corrections? See, I don't mean to be direct, but I'm not good with rejection. I had to bite the bullet. Where's my love and affection? They told me use my voice to build better connections, but left me 6 feet under without air protection. The enemy whispered, will you float or will you fall? I replied with grace. God is the light, and in him there is no darkness at all. My strength to shake it off, he helped me walk before I crawl. It's time to take a bow. How about a round of applause? His preserving power allowed the force from within to not just move mountains, but forgive me for my sins. The devil tried to shake me, forgetting he who made me, and I know it may sound crazy, but he does it on a daily. Grateful to be more than a name in a world full of pain, where the things that keep me sane are from things I can't explain. Life leads to victory, and I am on a mission, breaking every barrier with God as my witness.
Boy, that's the bars right there. That's what I'm talking about. See, one thing I love when it comes to like just music or like things like this in general, like spoken word, it's like it's the whole expression behind it though. It's like you get a chance to really see somebody's background without knowing them though, if you get what I'm trying to say. Like that's why I say it's like when it comes to being an artist, it's like it's a certain type of picture you trying to paint. You trying to basically teach me about you without necessarily telling me that you teaching me about you. Like it's so many things that I've seen about your life, or that I think that I understand in some type of way just based off certain things that you said, and you gave me a chance to look into your world, a small little chance to look into your world, but it was a good shot that I seen, you feel me? And that's what make it so cool. Then it's like I'm listening to it like as far as like, what if it was a beat to this? You feel me? Like it's bars in there though, like
Right.
you can hit the bars though, but it's like I ain't gonna lie, that was kind of cold though. Cause it's like it's a slower flow basically in some type of way. It's like you slowed your flow all the way down. So when you slow it all the way down, you hear exactly what a person's saying, and then make it that much better. Cause now you be like, oh, this what she actually saying. This what she trying to. This the whole picture. Cause okay, you go bar from bar. You like, all right, she said this and this bar, and this bar go with that bar, and then low key all these bars together, and then make this whole low key big picture. And when you think about it, it's like it's just this whole big steaming pot of just greatness though.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, it definitely was a pleasure. I'm a big spoken word poet fan. I haven't been to a poetry set in a minute, though. I haven't been, man. And I challenge myself to definitely go to one, because everything that you like put out there as far as what the experience is that answer. Like I remember just driving home many times when I would go. It was just in deep thought, like still replaying in my mind what the artist said.
Yes, that's how you know you really connect. Like when you're not even at the event no more, you like, dang. When they said that hit, well, that really resonated with me. So
Yeah.
that's good. You definitely got to get back out there. But back to your question on what I have. Well, everybody can follow me on social media at Shalisa Monique Speaks. I always post the events that I'll be performing at. There are always other spoken word artists there. I try to keep people updated on many different events that's in Chicago. And my next biggest event is a healing panel, April 28th at DePaul University. I'll be performing a poem and co-hosting a podcast that's speaking about healing and identity transformation within Black girls and everything of that sort.
Okay, so with me listening to what you got though, as far as like your poetry, I could see that in some type of way you can transition if you wanted to, like into trying to make a song or like I won't even necessarily say be a rapper, but just trying to make a song and express yourself. So like, have you ever tried to do it, or is just something you just know like, no, that ain't me?
I've dabbled and dabbled, but I am as a spoken word artist though, because I try not to lose like track of my vision. But I am gonna create an audiobook, and my audiobook will be me doing poetry over instrumentals. So you can hear the flow, you can hear the music and the vibes, the ad libs, just everything in sync with one. And I'm not knocking like the rapping and the singing, because you never know where God could take you, or opportunities could take you, because I'm very may so be capable of those things. So yeah, basically wherever I go with my audiobook, it's only up from there.
Yeah, because the bars is definitely there. I'm listening. I'm like, so what you mean you can't rap, you can't sing? The bars is there. So now it got me thinking like, okay, so that's your piece though. You wrote that. So
Yes.
like, if you could write that, I know you could sit down and write like a 16 bar verse. You feel me? Because
Right.
it ain't that hard. Because that was like 16 bars in some type of way.
Right.
Like, you gave a little 16 though, but it was a different kind of 16 though. So
For sure.
I definitely feel that though. So like, as far as like the whole stigma around poetry though, like where are you trying to take it though? Like as far as like in your opinion, like how big are you trying to take your career as far as poetry though?
Honestly, like wherever God wants me to go. I'm a youth advocate, so I really just want to help people find their voice. I'm real big on the identity transformation, helping people find themselves from the inside out, regardless of that's with my poetry, through workshops, through mentoring, whatever the case may be. Just being able to guide people into finding out who they are and using their voice just to help build better connections, to network, to grow. So that's my overall goal, to just help people find their voice. Once I do that, it's done.
So like, with different artists, we can collab and make songs together, but how would you necessarily collab and like work with other poets, or like that's not a thing in the poetry world?
It is, because we can go bar for bar. Like I go a verse, you go a verse, or I introduce the poet and then they perform their poem, or they perform their poem and I go after. We in sync with it, as if like it's play-wise. It's really, you just got to get creative, honestly. Whatever vision you got in your mind for what it is that you trying to do, you just got to take it from there. But poets and poets definitely can collab, just like rappers. They have their features. Same goes for poets.
That's low-key kind of cool. That put me like in a mindset of like kind of like battle rapping, but not really battle rapping.
For sure.
Like you're not necessarily going against somebody. You talking your ish, but you're not necessarily projecting it towards somebody else. It's really like you projecting your own thoughts and your own feelings out to the world, basically. You know?
Exactly. You taking a topic and you going from now. Building.
I might have to transition, Brian. I might have to make me a poet. I might have to do it one time just to see how it turned out, though. Because I feel like I done did it a couple of times, but I wasn't necessarily trying to make a poem, though. But it just like, especially like when you writing a song and because I didn't be times I didn't wrote songs without beats, just wrote bars down, and in the format sometimes it kind of sound like a poem. So I'm gonna have to come up with one day. You gonna make one with me, or you ain't rocking with me? Cause he don't want to make no song with me, so I'm gonna say if you make a poem with me, though, we gonna do something though.
I like to go to the sets and support the spoken word artists. That's what I like to do.
He said he's staying in his lane.
I like to, seriously, I do. I like to, man, like, that's an experience that, man, Keith, man, I definitely got to take you to a set, man. I was sitting here thinking, definitely take you to an event and let you experience it, because it's none other. And it's like, the best way I can say it is, it lingers for days.
It stick to you like that.
Right. For me, it lingered for days. It wasn't like, okay, I went to the set on Friday, and by Monday I had it's still on Monday. I still had a little bit of it from Friday.
Right. I know that's right.
It's a lot of places we still gotta go. We still ain't went to Uncle Remus.
Really? Never?
Nah, I never been on.
Yeah.
You gotta check them out.
Yeah, I'm from over east. He from out west, so he
okay.
already know what it is. You feel me?
And see, the thing is, speaking of Uncle Remus, we were reminded in the interview that there is one on the south side. But see, I feel like he has to go to the home base.
Definitely.
Before he goes to the south side one. So he knows, like, what the recipe is.
Right. I feel like, because I'm from out south, but I tried the one out west first. Chef's kiss, 10 out of 10. And then I had the one out south. It was good, but it wasn't hitting on what the original one was hitting on. So I'm here to back him up on that. Definitely got to go check that out.
I kind of get what y'all saying, because I feel the same way when it comes to Harold's. When you eat Harold's from over this way, it'd be all right. But then when you go somewhere else, it'd be like, no, this ain't. It don't hit the same.
For real.
I kind of get what you said, though. So, like, just outside of being a spoken word poet, though, what's other things that you like, you interested in, and that you take part in?
Being a youth advocate, I host workshops on Wednesdays. I partner with the Harvey Park District. And those workshops are mainly to help children who deal with mental illness, depression, anxiety, things that they don't talk about in school. I partner with mentorships like Ladies of Virtue, just to help build up young girls. I really do a little bit of everything everywhere, like sipping paints. I'm very spontaneous. I like to dibble and dabble in everything, throw stuff at the wall, see what stick type of time. So yeah, besides spoken word, I would mainly say like my workshops and my events. I do effective communication workshops as well, aside from my mental illness workshops.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. It sounds like it's real positive around you, real positive vibes, speaking that truth, you feel me, trying to uplift people. So that's what's up. Definitely got to shine light on people that's trying to do something better for the city, though, for sure. So just before we get up out of here, make sure you just get a people, like I said, again, all your social media, so they can listen to these spoken words, so they can listen to these poetry, and just see all the different things that you got going on and get into them.
Okay, you can follow me on all social media as Shalisa Monique Speaks. That's SHALISA, Monique Speaks. That's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I don't really get on YouTube like that. I need to start content creating, seeing how they talking about they finna ban TikTok, but we'll see about that.
Man, that's crazy. I seen that the other day too, though. That's crazy. But y'all already know what it is, man. Every Saturday, you know, me and my boy Brown, we come together to make this amazing thing we call Fusion Radio. So, you know, we always bring the great guests, the great artists, and great people that come in from the city and come talk to us. So definitely stay in tune with us, man. This was another great episode. I appreciate everybody that listened to and tuned in to us and these great artists and these great people. See y'all next week.